5 people present. YellowHead Error 1, Part 1.
We interrupt your Windows XP session to bring you a
YellowHead Error.
YellowHead died in a car crash with his best friend Rusty. The crash was caused by Bluehead, aka one of YellowHead's kind. Bluehead putted a bomb in YellowHead's lair. It will explode in 30 days. You will get 75 chances. Do not turn off your computer. Repeat, do not turn off your computer. Because if you turn off your computer 75 times, you will not like what happens next. Now I'm off.
You know what, YellowHead? Screw you super de-duper hard. I'm turning off my computer whatever you like it or not. And nothing can stop me. Oh, I saw you turned off your computer. Don't do it again, and you have 74 chances left. But if you turn off your computer 2 more times, then the timer will reduce. You have turned it off twice, and also, you have 73 chances. And I have a reminder for you, and it says, the background will change to light yellow aka Dan. And the timer will reduce to 29 days if you turn off your computer 1 more time. Now the background is changed to light yellow aka Dan, and the timer is reduced to 29 days. Also, you have 72 chances left. I think I will block the screen. Yes, it worked. Crap, I must have spoken too soon. Blocking the screen also counts as turning it off, and also your chances are now 71. And I have another reminder for you, and it says, the background will change to yellow, and I will become irritated if you turn off your computer 1 more time. Now the background is changed to yellow, and you made me irritated. But if you turn off your computer 1 more time, then the timer will reduce again and I will become suspicious. Now you have 70 chances remaining. I'm getting tired of this. Plus, I'm now suspicious because of you and your stupidity. The timer is reduced to 28 days. But if you turn off your computer 1 more time, then I will become annoyed. Now you have 69 chances left for turning off your computer 6 times. Oh my god, 69 is an inappropriate number. That's IT, I'm punching you. How dare you punch me? Also, I'm annoyed because you turned off your computer 7 times. Now stop turning off your computer. And one more thing, if you turn off your computer 1 more time, then I will become mad. 68 chances. Stop it. I'm now mad all because of you. Are you deaf or something? I'm warning you, if you turn off your computer 1 more time, then I will become angry and the time will reduce every 2 times you turn off. 67 more chances remaining. You threw some dough at me? Huh? Well then, I'm now angry all because of that. You have to stop this craziness. Now if you turn off your computer 1 more time, then I will become very angry. Don't you think about it? 66 chances left. Part 2 coming soon.